Hey everyone! Welcome back to the second episode of Ready, Set, Read. Today we will be talking about how to set up the perfect home reading environment. Or maybe if you can't make it the perfect home environment, I'm going to give you some tips to make it the best it possibly can be. When we think about setting up a really good reading environment, there are three main things to consider. The first is choosing a good time to read. The second is finding a good spot. And the third is making sure you have all your reading materials. Now I'm going to go through each one of these and give you some tips. Make sure you find a good spot.
Does this look like a good spot? 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 Does this look like a good spot?
Listen, just like you can't tell me what a good spot in my house might be, I can't tell you what a good spot for you might be. It might take some trial and error. You might find a few different spots. Some might work on some days, and it might not work on a different day. But trust me, one of the keys to successful reading at home is finding a good spot. Another thing you must do is choose the right time. Like I said in the first episode, one of the perks at being at home for school is that you can kind of arrange your own schedule. So you have to plan when is going to be a good time for you to do some reading. Is it going to be when all of your siblings are having playtime around you? Probably not. Is the first thing right when you wake up before you even have breakfast a good time to read? Probably not, because you need some food to get your brain working. You need to choose when is a really good time for you to be engaged in reading. Gather all of your materials so you're ready to read. Once you've chosen a good spot and you know the right time for you to read, you need to have all of your materials. There are 4 things you should have on hand when you decide to sit down and do your reading. The first is your reader's notebook. This is for keeping notes and tracking your thinking. The next is, of course, your book. How are you going to read without your book? Also, sticky notes and a pen. These are another tool to track your thinking. These ones can go directly into your book. And your reader's notebook is for more when you write long. We will discuss these in future episodes, but these are the 4 things you need. And an additional pro tip is instead of keeping these in a unorganized stack like how I just had them that almost made me fall over, I like to keep all of my things in a little book bag so I can keep my tools together. Here's some books. I actually like to keep a lot of books in there. Now I can have it ready to go whenever I know the right time for me to read. I can take it to my comfy reading spot, and I have all my materials right here. Okay, let's review. In order to make our reading environment at home really, really good, we need to do 3 things. We need to find a good spot to read. We need to find the right time to read. And we need to keep all of our materials handy. If you do these 3 things, reading at home will go much, much smoother for you. Well, this is the end of the mini lesson. You know what to do next. It's independent reading time. You should read for about 30 to 45 minutes. Track how long you read so we can see how your stamina and endurance is growing. If you have any questions, or if you found a great spot, or you think you found the best time, or you found a handy way to keep your materials together, go ahead, share it with me or share it with a classmate. Bye everyone. Happy reading.